Dustin, for me, and I know for you and for the people out there listening, this is very important. You and your wife started a charity called the Good Fight Foundation. Please tell us about it and what you're doing with it, in particular after this fight, because I know you connected something really special with your foundation with this fight.
Yes, sir. So the Good Fight Foundation, me and my wife started when my daughter was born. I was living in South Florida, and we were packing up the house we had there to move back to Louisiana. And fighters, we start accumulating things over the years, things that mean something to us. So I have, just an office room full of gloves and fight shorts and fight-worn shirts and things that I just held on to because it meant something to me. And that's cool for the first couple of years, but when you've been a professional fighter for 10 years, it's just too many things I've held on to. And we were moving, and we were like, what can we do with all these shorts and gloves we have? This is just too much stuff. And we thought about maybe, let's sell it and use the money to maybe give the money to a charity. So we started selling stuff and helping out local charities and doing things. And then
Dustin, for me, and I know
a young kid named Aaron Hill had a very rare brain disease called ALD, and he was in the disabled class. Your motor skills start to deteriorate very quickly. So he was a normal, healthy kid at 6 years old, and then couldn't walk, and lost a lot of motor functions and stuff like that, and got put into a disabled class at his school. And he went downhill very quick, and he wanted a playground for the kids in his class, and that was his wish. And he never got to see it happen. He passed away, and when we heard about his story, that hit me in my feelings, and I was like, we got to get this done in honor of him. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to build a disabled playground at his school, and put a plaque in honor of Aaron Hill, and his dream could live on. I just thought it was beautiful that a young kid that had that kind of dream where everybody can benefit. He wanted it for his classmates, and I thought that was beautiful. So we're going to build a playground for him, for sure.
To watch a fight and gives me something more to fight for. And there's so many good people in combat sports, and I think the light should be more shown on that than the guys breaking the rules and the guys getting people, clickbait and all this stuff. There are real good people who come from a tough background, and I think that should be what fighting is about,
A young kid named
Yeah, I saw it on your website.
Awesome.
So that's really awesome. And it seemed like a lot of that's part of your story. Like you like when you think about helping people, like, is there a certain group that you think about helping, or like where do you think like help is needed when you think about that kind of stuff?
So my nonprofit is just like whatever we think at the moment that we can help and make a difference in our local community, we do it. So
I saw you guys were doing backpacks for kids and school supplies this year. That's awesome.
We did that after the last fight, 500 backpacks and school supplies for the whole school, the whole middle school that me and my wife went to, actually.
Wow.
It's so impressive.
Yeah.
And Poirier's the guy. Same thing with when Michael Bisping won. I always root for those guys who've been around forever and they fight the best of the best. They might lose one or two here, but they've been around for so long. You just hope there's a title at the end of their career.
Yeah.
You just hope, and it sometimes doesn't look like it's going to happen. Then when it does happen, I'm just so happy for those guys.
He's such a good guy too. Dustin Poirier,
great guy.
He's a great guy. He's smart. He's ambitious.
Theo Von's favorite fighter.
He works hard.
Yeah, I saw it on your website. So.
Awesome. Max, thanks for signing and donating your gloves to the Good Fight Foundation. We really appreciate it. We're super excited to get this playground built. Thank you for the battle, man. It was an incredible experience. You are a champion.
How did you get the gloves from Max? Did he offer them up, or did you ask him for them? Because that was incredibly kind of him to do that.
No, we were still in the ring. They just announced the winner. He came up to me. He was trying to take the tape off of his gloves and give it to me right there in the middle of the ring.
It's unbelievable.
And he couldn't get the tape off. I guess the blood, it was slippery. So he came out in the back when we were seeing the doctors right after the fight. He signed the gloves. He gave them to my wife and told me that if there's anything he can do to help my charity, anything at all, to let him know. And just what a champion that guy is, man.
Absolutely right word again, champion.
What a classy guy. That is such a good story. I wish it was getting more mainstream media attention and I know it's been mentioned, but man, that is just something that you very rarely see. Two guys punch each other's head in basically and then give your opponent his gloves after he beat you. It's awesome. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And that was the first thing he said too right after the fight. Was he was excited about what I was trying to do, and he wanted to help out. So that man, there are some good guys out there.
Eric Anders just now on the escalator came up to me and said he's going to give me his fight kit too to auction off, and Alan Joban also is. So I mean, it's incredible to see these guys just pitch in, and it's going to help out a lot.
We can do, we're not set to one specific goal. We do all types of things, but this next goal we have, we're building a playground for disabled children at an elementary school. And I'm really, really excited to do that.
That's awesome, man. We're going to go online and make a donation right after this, and yeah, man, it'd be great if you and I have talked about over the past year about doing maybe a comedy show and doing some fundraising efforts together down there in South Louisiana, and if you're still willing to do that, man, I'd love to be able to for us to see that to fruition.
Bro, I'm 100% down. I can start working on it if you want to, man. It'll be great. I think we can really have a huge turnout, and we can get some good stuff going for South Louisiana.
Yeah, I think so too, man. We can start local. I love it. The champ, Duke.
How did you get the gloves from?
That's great. And again, without overdoing it, that's why you're a champion. That's why I call you a champion, and I say it the way I say it. That's part of your strength. That's part of the core of your strength, of what you carry into the ring with you. And if I could, I have a charity called the Dr. Atlas Foundation. I would like to write a check for $3,000 if I'm able to, and if you would allow me to, and put it towards that.
Teddy, that would be amazing. That would help out. That would be a huge, huge help for this goal, and I appreciate it so much. And
tell me about your organization one more time, Dustin, that you have there out of Lafayette and out of Coconut Creek.
Yeah. Me and my wife have the Good Fight Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
It's thegoodfightgroup.com if you want any info.
That's great.